So I am trying out a new hairstyle and a new lip color. I'm not really sure if I like either. So, you know, let me know. But let's get into it. What's up, YouTube? Hey, flying, what's good? It's your girl Francine. Today is December 2nd. It is the second day of this little vlogmas, little exercise that I am trying to do. Today is going to probably be a shorter video, and B, a video that not a lot of y'all are gonna watch because it's not about music or movies. So today is a commentary video because I am still technically a commentary channel. It says it in the beginning of my videos, and then y'all just demanded all I do was movie and music reviews, and now I'm debating if that should just be what I do now. But I'm still kind of sort of trying to continue to do commentary, so if y'all like these, please let me know, because the validation is not there on these, and I enjoy making these though. So to be quite honest, this might be a little once in a while thing that I do just because I enjoy making them. But let's get into what the topic of today's video is, okay, so I can stop rambling. Today's video is about something that's been bothering me recently. I myself love to, you know, I'm a fan of plenty of things, right? I'm a fan of plenty of musicians. I'm a fan of plenty of TV shows, movies, things of that nature that have certain fandoms behind them that are kind of toxic. And I've had a situation where I've told someone that I'm a fan of something, and they're like, "Oh, you like that? Oh, you're one of those people." And I was like, "No, I just like it. That's about it." And today's video is essentially about fandoms that are kind of more toxic than cancel culture. I made a whole video about cancel culture a few months ago, and I talked about how it's toxic because it cancels people for dumb stuff. It doesn't cancel people for important stuff, and it's kind of a waste of time. And fandoms are even worse sometimes because they are toxic in a way that kind of takes away from actually the enjoyment of something. So this is kind of my rant, kind of my commentary on that. So let's get into it. So like I said, I had an encounter with someone, and I told them that I was a Rick and Morty fan. I watched that show probably more than I watch anything else. It is one of my favorite things to watch, and I pretty much can quote multiple episodes of the show, okay? And Rick and Morty is one of the very, very many things that I enjoy on a kind of casual basis that has a very toxic fandom. So much so that even I am ashamed to now tell people that I am a fan of it. And you know, it's one of those things where you kind of have to decide how much is too much, okay? For me, as a person who is very passionate about music and certain TV shows and movies, if you come at something that I like, I'm going to be really adamant about it. And there's only probably one thing that you're allowed to be a stan, a hating behind fan of, and that is sports. And so that's kind of one of the first things that I ever became a fan of, because I love football. I've watched football my entire life. I've always been into football, and I am from the city of the most toxic football fans ever. Come on, Eagles fans, what's good? Okay, so I learned toxicity in fandom super early in my life, okay? So for me, at first when I started realizing that fandoms were like being crazy, I was like, oh yeah, you know, that's how you support something. You kind of have to be kind of weird and crazy sometimes and be like, no, this is my team. You can't talk about my team. This is my favorite singer. You can't talk about this favorite singer. But when it crosses a certain line, when you start sending death threats to people, when you start saying, like, finding out where people live and doxing them, when you start, like, when you say anything about certain people, you got the Beehive, you got, or the Bayhive, how do you pronounce it? I don't know. You got the Bayhive, you got the Barbs, you have the Rihanna Army or Navy, who used to be really popular, but she ain't made a song in God knows how long, and she probably gonna make one anyway. But you have certain fandoms that are so obsessed with this person that anybody that says something bad about this person, they are coming for your neck, and they are going to come for you so hard that now people are even afraid to talk about them, right? And that's the first kind of toxic fandoms, of people who are just like going to argue and fight with you in your comments and swarm your comments and, like I said, give you death threats and find out where you live. And then the second toxic fandom, it's kind of the Rick and Morty Star Wars type fandoms, where it is a culture of people who will storm a McDonald's for Szechuan sauce and make everybody's life miserable. It is a section of people who will, you know, fight people in the streets about whether or not they like a specific movie. It's about people who will literally call you names. I've had people in my comments, or not in my comments, because I don't do this on my own page, but I will like write something in a fan page and I'm in, and I'll say, oh, I haven't seen that, and they're like, oh my god, have you seen this? You're not a real fan, you're not a real person who actually likes this movie. And I'm like, my guy, you don't get paid to do this. You know that, right? This is not your job to like gatekeep who's a fan of what. And that's kind of the worst people, is the gatekeepers who are like, you're not a real fan if you don't do this, and you haven't seen this, and you haven't watched this, and da da da. And it's like, or they will challenge you to a duel of knowledge in regards to something that you just casually enjoy. Like, I've had plenty of people who I've said, I like Star Wars, and they're like, oh, what's your favorite movie? And I'm like, it's this. Oh, who's your favorite this? I'm like, sir, I know this is just your whole entire life, but this is just something I enjoy doing, okay? Like, and that's kind of what takes away from the fun of liking something. It always has to be an argument. It always has to be some type of issue where we gotta fight each other if I'm not on the same level as you, or we gotta fight each other if I don't agree with you on something. I wanted to make a video about my unpopular music opinions, and then I realized that would just be killing my channel before it even gets anywhere. Because some of my unpopular music opinions will upset some of these fandoms. And that was actually supposed to be what today's video was. And then I wrote all of mine down, and then I was like, yeah, I might need to get a few more followers before I do that, because I don't even have that many, and I'm just going to get my channel with a bunch of dislikes. I already have one video on my channel that has a bunch of dislikes on it, and I'm not gonna do that again, okay? So yeah, I mean, I just wanted to make this video because I feel like not only does it take away from the fun of liking something, not only does it essentially threaten people's lives when they don't agree with you on something, but it can sometimes cause issues with the actual people. Like, there are so many beefs that have started because of fans, okay? Or not, maybe not started, but have been riled up because of fans. There are so many things that are spread of misinformation about stuff because of fans. The whole Becky with the good hair thing with Beyonce, that was a bunch of misinformation spread about people who said it was one person, and then it was another person, and then I just don't get how someone can be so enthralled into something that they have nothing to do with and just make it their entire lives. So if you're a big person in a fandom, like, I get it, like, if you are a Beyonce fan and Beyonce is your favorite artist and everything you listen to is Beyonce and you love Beyonce, but if you're going out of your way to like argue and like death threats and spreading information about people, then like, please explain to me how this benefits you, you know? Because Beyonce ain't doing it. Beyonce just sitting there with her 3 kids, having her millions and billions of dollars with Jay-Z behind, and, you know, living her best life. Okay, and then there's always the people who kind of feed into it. Again, I'm gonna keep my opinions about that to themselves, but there are some people who feed into their fans being crazy and just egg them on, and that in and of itself is kind of a toxic thing. And then there's the people who have fandoms, and then I'm like, how do these people have fandoms? How does this happen? Especially like YouTubers and stuff like that, where it's like their fans are just attacking people who talk about the actual truth about these people, and then they're like, no, you're lying, and it's and then don't get me started on K-pop fans. That's another video I planned on making this month, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do that, because I was gonna listen to K-pop for the first time, because I've never listened to K-pop, and then I realized I don't think I want them problems either. Like, it's like a threat to your whole being to insert yourself into these fandoms, because they're so toxic. So that is my commentary on toxic fandoms. If you have your opinions, please put them in the comment section. Again, if you are a person who is one of these toxic fans and you like sis, you don't understand, B is life, okay? You don't understand, Nikki is my mother, okay? And I'm like, okay, explain it to me because I'm trying to figure out how. Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, hit the like button. Like I said, this was supposed to be another video, and then I was like, I don't want those problems. And then I realized, you know what, let's talk about those problems because they're a problem. So if you like it, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit the subscribe button. And I will see you tomorrow. I have recorded a video already for tomorrow, but realized that it would take too much time to edit. So that video should be up and ready tonight, and y'all see it tomorrow. So with that being said, I'll see you. Bye.